Welcome back to the DFS Sweatshop. I am your host, the DFS Jerusalem, and you can follow me on Twitter at DFS Jerusalem, bringing to you today my core four plays for tonight's NBA slate. This is for the 8-game slate. We know we have an early game at 5 o'clock. This will be Utah and Houston, but that's not on the 8-game slate we're talking about. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our four core plays. Now, the reason why we do this is because I would like to get as much exposure to the guys that I like the most and have my lineups streamlined to where I've got a combination, if not all four, I've got a combination of these four guys in every lineup, right? So let's get started. The first play we're going to talk about is going to be Mike Conley. Now, this video has been made a little later on in the afternoon after the injury news came out, but if Stacey's going to play, I think that Q by his name is going to draw a few people off him, so maybe that ownership is going to be a little bit lower. I have no problem with that. At 6.8K, I love Mike Conley. Now, this is a home game. Going to be at the Grindhouse. He's averaging 35 points over his last 4 games. I really like Mike Conley. I think he's going to be a solid play. He's going to be in a lot of my lineups. The next guy I'm going to talk about is going to be Hassan Whiteside. Now, I think a lot of lineups tonight are going to either start at center with Whiteside or Drummond. I like them both, but I think Whiteside provides that upside that we really look for when we play 9K for a player. And at that price, he's averaged 50 points over the last 4 games. It is a road game against the Washington Wizards, so we can look for the Wizards to push the pace and kind of control the pace of the game, while Miami still does well rebounding the ball. So I love Hassan Whiteside at his price. He's going to be someone who's going to be in a lot of my lineups. The next guy is going to be Chris Paul. Chris Paul is old reliable, old faithful. He is in a plus matchup. I don't care if he sees Jerry Grant. I don't care if he sees Rajon Rondo. I love him at that 8.4K price tag. Anytime you can get a player this good at under 9K, you've got to look at him, rostering him, and take a strong consideration towards doing so. They're on the second leg of a back-to-back. He didn't really have a great game last night and still flirted with a triple-double. This guy had a bad game and almost had a triple-double last night. So I love him. He is averaging 30.75 DraftKings points over his last 4 games. I think you can put him in your lineups, fire him up. He's going to be a great play on tonight's slate. The last play is going to be something of a head scratcher. Now, of course, I love Andre Drummond because we know the Boston Celtics are one of the worst teams in the league when it comes to team rebounding, and Andre Drummond is one of the best rebounders in the league, if not Hassan Whiteside. So I still want to get some exposure to the rebounding aspect of this game on the Detroit side. So what I've done is I've gone with Tobias Harris. Now, his last game, he scored about 11 DraftKings points. A lot of people are not going to be very high on him, but at home against Boston at 6K flat, averaging 30.75 DraftKings points over his last 4 games, I really think that Tobias Harris is going to be a special play today. I like his ability to not only rebound the ball, but to get out and transition and generate points there too. I'm sorry, a correction. The Chris Paul, he's averaging 41 over his last 4 games. Somebody that we can definitely look at. So my core 4 for today is going to be Mike Conley. It's going to be Hassan Whiteside, Tobias Harris, and Chris Paul. This has been your DFS Jerusalem. Thank you. Signing off for another successful Saturday slate. We're going to have that. We're going to hit 300. Why? Because we always keep it 300 in the sweatshop.